Morning everyone, how are you doing? Let me know. Today is a let's pack for Scotland day, but first George needs a groom. I've booked him in with the groomers at 11 AM. He doesn't know it yet. He won't be speaking to me for the rest of the day. He's standing there staring at me like, what are you doing? I had some friends come to visit me the other day and it really actually kicked my butt into tidying up this living room finally. Let me spin you around and show you, because if I don't show you, did it really happen? Let me take it from this angle because it's so pretty. So much space. In other news, Tim has just gone to get the car. He's just gone to collect the car. That's a whole other drama. It was the clutch. The clutch was completely and utterly burned out. Completely gone. We knew it. And I don't know why. I thought they would just fix it. I thought, we've just bought the car 5 weeks ago. They'll just fix it. I'm so naive. It's unreal. So I got an email saying, yeah, it was the clutch, burned out. We've removed the clutch from your car. It's gonna cost you £750 to fix the car that we just sold you with the busted clutch. Let us know if you want to proceed. If not, we'll take the car back and you can end your contract. And we're going to Scotland tomorrow. So there are multiple ways of getting up to Scotland, but because we were going to Gretna Green, which was literally just over the border from England, we decided to take the M6. Now the M6 is a toll road. You have to kind of like stop at this intersection where you can't pass unless you pay. It was £10, and we were naively foolish enough to believe that a toll road would mean like it's a nice clear road, right? You're gonna get a nice good solid fast run up to Scotland. But how foolish we were, because guys, the traffic was insane. After you pay by contactless card, so you literally get up to the barrier, you tap the machine with your contactless card, and then it takes £10 and off you go. This bit was scary. It's like a free-for-all driving into the lanes, because there's no lanes as soon as you come through the toll. But it's all good because obviously, yeah, cars take their time. But guys, the traffic on the M6 was wild. I don't know what made us think it was going to be a nice clear run because it's a toll road. It honestly meant nothing. We were stuck for so long. Constant traffic jams, hours and hours later before we arrived in Scotland. Now the sat nav said 4 hours 10 minutes. It actually took us 6.5 hours to drive to Gretna Green, which is only just over the border from England and the Lake District in Cumbria. Now this section here broke my heart because we were just coming through the Lake District. This is Cumbria, again, stunning, known for its mountain ranges and absolute sheer beauty. And this is when the rain hit. So every corner we were going round, I was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe out of the whole journey, the rain hits when the views are most spectacular. So here we are. This is our dog-friendly cottage at Gretna Green. I was shooketh, guys. This was a TARDIS. This is our door here. There's a door to the left of us and there's a door to the right of us. So I was expecting like a room. I was expecting a dog-friendly room with an ensuite shower room. Like that was it. I do not know why I nearly fell to my knees at the size of this place. Like from the outside, it looked so small. And the minute I walked in, honestly, the air, I was screaming with excitement. We've got a whole living room. Like this is cottage number 2. If anyone ever needs a dog-friendly stay in Gretna Green, cottage number 2. You've got a 3-piece suite. The ceilings were so high. The decor, I can describe the decor as like an African fusion. Like it was so beautiful, so warm, lots of dark woods, really lovely. There's also a kitchenette. It says self-catering, but it's really not. Like it only has a microwave, so really what can you do? The bed was absolutely gargantuous and so comfortable. Dogs are not allowed on the bed, so don't allow George Claire on the bed, but he jumped up. Luckily his paws were clean. He did end up sleeping on his little quilt on the floor, so that was nice. You have a dressing table, you have a television in the living room and in the bedroom. The bathroom is gorgeous, and behind the bathroom then there was like a work desk area if you needed to do some work. Also another, you know, it can be used, of course, as a vanity. So you've got your dressing table there for all your makeup and to do your makeup in the mirror, and huge wardrobes with everything you could possibly need for a one night stay. We stayed for 3 nights here. It was part of our hand fasting package ceremony, but I can talk more about that another time. I don't want to bore you all. And then the bathroom was also gorgeous, and every single public toilet in Gretna Green and every single hotel toilet in Gretna Green and all of these cottages all have this soap. This is the Scottish fine soap company Kelp, and you can buy this soap in the shops, and trust me guys, oh my gosh, I bought some. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. But yeah, really clean, really lovely. They also do provide like slippers and dressing gowns, but we didn't open the slippers because we bought our own. But also the dressing gowns, if you are over a size UK 16, don't even bother opening them. Like, they just don't go round you. They're so small. I honestly don't know why they don't sort it out in this day and age. It is Saturday the 28th of June and we are just about to head over to Gretna Green, the traditional blacksmiths, for our hand fasting ceremony, which will be really lovely. I need to show you what I'm wearing. Hold on, I'll turn you around. This is my dress. It is so pretty. Yeah, it's a floor length dress. I've got these shoes and my toenails are all done to match my fingers, ruched in under here, under the bust. These are the kind of dresses I love. And then at the back it's really elastic and it's flowy. Right, George has also got his bow tie on to match Tim's suit and myself. Yes, we go and get our hands tied together with a rope. Ancient old tradition, but feeling very lovely. The rain has stopped, thank goodness the rain has stopped, and the sun is trying to get out. It's going to be about 20 degrees today, so not too hot, not too shabby, but yeah, had a burger yesterday, regretting it. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Our hand fasting ceremony was at 11 a.m. and it was absolutely, truly one of the most amazing experiences. This is the room that we had our ceremony. This is the original blacksmiths where he would have performed so many weddings, many hundreds of years ago. And just outside there is this sculpture of 2 hands. And that's pretty much what we looked like. We had a tartan ribbon wrapped around our wrists and our hands. And when we pulled it out towards each other, it actually created a knot in the middle. And that is where tying the knot comes from. It was truly beautiful. It was very quiet this day though. I always expect a lot more people. We had a photography package as part of our hand fasting ceremony, so the photographer kind of followed us around, and then we went back to the room so I could change because I had high heel shoes on. I had a long dress. It started raining and I really wanted to get into something more comfortable, so I went back to the room, I got changed, and then we came back out to see another wedding come through with horse-drawn carriages. Oh my gosh, guys, when I tell you I was petrified, absolutely petrified. They're so big, I can't explain just how giant they are. And everyone was saying, yeah, you can pet them, you can stroke them, they're friendly, you can get up close, have your photo taken. I was so nervous. Like, it didn't take long for my nerves to go when I realized just how friendly they were. But wow, did not know I was this scared of horses. As part of our 3-day package and the hand fasting ceremony, we also had a sit-down 3-course meal for 2. So we went over to the restaurant and we enjoyed that. And then we went over the back of Gretna Green. There's a courtship maze and so many lovelock padlocks. Really nice. I was reading through some of them and they're all so adorable. Now, I'll be honest, we did want to add our padlock to this. Like, there's so many places in Gretna Green where you can add a padlock. But we're too tight. The shop was selling the padlocks for £20 a pop, and that was not engraved. If you wanted to just put your name on it, you could just buy a Sharpie and write your name on it. But yeah, we then went into the maze. Now, again, the courtship maze is adorable. You're meant to go opposite ways. So you go in on the right and your partner goes in on the left, or vice versa. And then you're meant to find each other in the maze, find each other in the centre. But I don't know why. I thought this would be a lot easier than it was. It took me absolutely ages to find the centre, at which point I was like shouting out like, where are you? I can't get out of here. So yeah, there was another element of me that thought I'd be trapped in there forever, but luckily we found the centre, and in the centre is this bridge that you climb up to and you can see a view of the whole place. Best believe when I was standing here looking out over the scenery, I'd already clocked my route out. I already worked out the best and fastest way to get out of this maze because, yeah, I like mazes, but I'm not a fan of being trapped. Like, I think that's it. I'm not a fan of being trapped. The next day we went to Gretna Outlet Shopping where I met the lovely Helen and we had a gorgeous cup of coffee and a chat. This one here, this big parking spot. This one.
Yep. What do you think?
Yeah. So after 3 days in Gretna Green, we headed over to Sandyhills, and this is where we're staying in this absolutely beautiful lodge. I'm giving you a little bit of a tour right now. So just as you come in, we've got the bathroom. The bathroom is absolutely beautiful. I actually think I want my bathroom like that. I want to get rid of the bath and just have a giant shower. But yeah, let me know if you guys have done that. On the right hand side, the kitchen. Guys, the kitchen was twice the size of my own kitchen at home. maybe not twice the size, but it was massive and it was beautiful. So much better than the kitchen I had at home. So I was really, really loving it. Everything is clearly labelled. There's so much instruction, like what to do, how to do, where to do, what time to do it, especially because this is privately owned. So, you know, you have to put the bins out and all of those sorts of things. But yeah, they literally provide everything you could possibly need. You just have to buy your food. That's it. Everything else is there. There's a little cupboard storage, so your hoover, your mop bucket, umbrellas, dustpan and brush, ironing board, iron. Again, everything you could possibly need. And then into the living room. Oh my gosh, the living room. The living room was like the most Scottish log cabin vibe ever. Like, this is what sold it to me on the photos online when we booked it. And then there's another little spare bedroom in here with a single bed. We didn't use this room at all. I literally used it just to get changed every morning, and I just kept my suitcase in there. Then you've got a dining table, and then out onto balcony number 1. So this is the lower ground floor balcony, and there's 2 doors from the living room that come out onto this balcony. And I sat here most of the time when we were in the lodge. I just didn't want to be inside. I was like, let me just sit out here, smell the grass, smell the trees, smell the ocean, because the sea is literally right there. Yeah, truly, truly beautiful. And as you'll learn, like further on in the video, we were just surrounded, absolutely surrounded by wild bunnies. Like, most mornings I would come out and there would be 10 or 15 wild bunnies just kind of sitting on the grass, munching away, minding their business. But upstairs, again, there's another 2 further bedrooms, storage space, like in the eaves, down the hallway. It was a bit dark there, but when the lights are on, you can see perfectly well. So yeah, bedroom number 2 had a double bed, again, really, really lovely. And it had a large ensuite, so quite a large shower again, loads of storage, everything was provided, towels, shower gel, hand wash, toilet roll, everything is provided. So you just rock up with your food and honestly, you're good to go. It is a total switch off moment. This was me. I kind of panicked at this point because George could fit through these railings. So honestly, I shouted at him a little bit. I was like, George, get back in. I thought he was just going to go straight out, but he didn't. This door stayed firmly locked for the duration of our stay, and we never went out there because I just don't trust my dog to not kamikaze himself off of the balcony, because who knows? This was the main bedroom. It was a super king. It was 2 beds pushed together, but you can have them separate as well. Again, so comfortable. Oh my gosh, everything was just luxe. Like the quilts were feather, the pillows were feather. I slept better than I have slept in such a long time. Again, this has an ensuite, just a toilet and a sink. And again, this is the Thistle Dew Lodge at Bar End Lodges, but we booked it through Sykes Cottages. It is day 1 at the log cabin. I'll put the details on the screen if anyone wants to book it. Oh my goodness me, it is so creaky. Listen to this. Can you hear it? It's so creaky. It's like an old creaky cottage, but it's stunning. The kitchen, I showed you the tour. We've got all our food in here now, so it's a little bit more trashed. We've just cooked chicken and salad, which was so, so nice after 3 days of not really having much control over what I eat because we were at a hotel and you eat what's available. We were like, Gretna is kind of like in the middle of nowhere. So there's no real options for a Slimming World friendly, super healthy meal. Boy, oh boy, did I need a salad. So we've cooked chicken and salad and we sat at the table and we ate it. But guys, this is about as log cabin as it gets. And there's fairy lights, so I'll show you. There's fairy lights all the way around. We have got all the lights on right now because we're just sitting here watching Wimbledon. But we've put blankets down on the sofas just in case George jumps on them. Out of respect, we don't want George on the furniture. Oh, yeah, everything is wood. Like, it's so wood, and it is legit logs, like actual logs. You can see here the way the whole cabin is built, the way these logs just like interlock with each other. It's unreal. We sat out on the balcony for a while. There's a few wasps around. I'm not a wasp lover, but there's a few wasps around. And in Gretna, our accommodation had a wasp's nest forming above the door. And I reported it multiple times. Like, obviously they're not gonna run and sort it, but they definitely didn't run and sort it. Like 3 whole days of ducking and diving and trying to avoid the wasps. Whereas here, there's just a couple of wasps around, but there's bunnies everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's just so adorable. I absolutely love it. But yeah, super cozy, really warm. Yeah, really, really nice. Tim is only just now checking out the upstairs. Like, men and women are so different. Like, I literally ran in and did the whole tour, which you saw. And Tim hasn't even been upstairs yet. We've been here a couple of hours. We've been down to the beach twice, low tide, and then we went back at high tide just to see what it was like. And the water was so warm. It felt so warm on my feet. Creaking. Yeah, so at the moment, we're just gonna chill out, and then I'm gonna unpack my suitcase. I'll probably unpack my suitcase in the downstairs bedroom and just like lay everything out that I've got instead of hanging it up in wardrobes. Loads of wardrobes here, but I don't really want to hang stuff up because, yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried in case I forget stuff. But I love it. Check out these curtains. I mean, it doesn't get more Scottish, does it? Doesn't get more Scottish than that. Absolutely stunning tartan weave curtains, just gorgeous. You want to go out, George? Go on then. George is loving watching the bunnies. I mean, they're literally everywhere. I don't know if you'll see it, but there's one right here feeding. They're just running around, like literally everywhere, running around. But yeah, we were sitting out here earlier. A lovely cup of tea, just like watching the world go by and listening to the silence. Oh, I didn't realise I'd zoomed you in quite so much, but it's just so peaceful here, so quiet. There's a whole family have just started their walk down to the exit, which is like on the way to the beach. The beach is, they said it's about a 5-minute walk, but it feels longer. We've only driven it so far, and it does take about 2 to 3 minutes to drive to the beach. So I'd say it's more of a 10-minute walk, but still, it's lovely. Yeah, it's really, really nice. There's about 3 lodges for sale right now on this site, and they're stunning, stunning wooden cabins. And there's 3 for sale. And because I'm nosy and I had a look, they're around about 150,000, 160,000, and there's no limitations on residency, which means you can buy it to live in it full time, which is pretty cool. A lot of park homes you have to vacate 2 or 3 weeks out of the year. You can't be there all year round, but here there's no limit. But yeah, so yeah, just gonna chill out now and probably make another cup of tea and come and sit out here and watch more bunnies. George is like intrigued by the bunnies. He's also very, very tired because he's had a long day, but right, come on in. Just munching on the grass. There's quite a few over here as well. There's one there. And there's a few up there on the hill. Sandyhills Beach. Okay, again, I promise I don't want to be negative, but a lot of people say how Sandyhills Beach is absolutely beautiful, like one of the most beautiful beaches in Dumfries and Galloway. But I really got confused over high tide, low tide. They gave us the tide timetables, so we always made sure to come down in high tide, and never did I once see the sea. High tide still meant a 10-minute walk straight out to meet the water. Like, it never came up on the beach while we were here. So I need someone who understands the moon and the pull of the tide to let me know why why we never saw the sea the whole time we were here. Equally, it is stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. It is everything: the views, the pathway to the beach from the car park, surrounded by ferns. Truly magical. The one negative for me was that it was £6 to park in the car park, and this is the beach that's right next to the holiday homes and the lodges. So for me, £6 was excessive, especially if you wanted to just pop to the beach for an hour to walk your dog. You're paying £6 every single time. There is a quick stop. You're only allowed there for 30 minutes, and if you overstay, you get a fine. So yeah, £6, excessive. Honestly, we were usually the only car there. Chuchi, come. Down nice and early to the beach this morning with George so I can throw the ball for him. And we're the only ones here. We've got the whole beach to ourselves. Quite like that. Yeah, it's pretty.
to the section where there's a few caves. I am not going to go and explore, that would be totally irresponsible. I'm on my own with George, so, but yeah, very, very cavey along here. I'm just going to walk to this end point. That over there is where I came from, and I walked all around the periphery of the rock face, and I'm just coming up to this end bit. I've got about 10 hours before high tide, so do not worry, I am totally safe from the tide. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's just so gorgeous. We've got a bit of a river running through here, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get over to that. There's a little shallow, and up there, look. And then over here. Not sure I'll make it, but that's fine. I don't want to do anything that's going to put me at risk of breaking a leg. I'm most worried about quicksand. When I walked out directly out from the beach yesterday, and I got to around about here and I started sinking. My feet, I just couldn't grip the sand. Oh, and we're getting into that territory now, so I think it's time to turn around and be safe. It gets to a point where it's no longer hard. It's actually squishy underfoot, and I don't want that. This is all right. Oh, I don't know if I'll get across there. No, George, I think that's a bit of a big jump. Let me go across here. Just want to see around the corner. Do you know, like, curiosity killed the cat and all? Oh, no. See here? We are sinking. So, right, let's go back, George. I could possibly walk out here and around these rocks to get across this little bit here. I just came across this sign on the beach. It says, "You goofy goober, you're apostrophe." So, like, good grammar, guys. You're a stanky rat. This is hilarious. Someone, I don't know if this means anything. I don't know what a goober is. Might be a Scottish term. But yeah, you goofy goober, you're a stanky rat. Sounds like someone's here getting over their ex. But yeah, that's hilarious. I'm going to Google that, obviously, before I put this out on a video. So this is the Bainlock Deer Park entrance, and that is the entrance to Bar End, where we're staying in the lodge. So they're literally right next door to each other, if you didn't have a dog, or if you were happy to leave your dog at home. I'm not happy to leave my dog at home, in someone else's home, and have the possibility of him doing anything he shouldn't do, but yeah.
This was one of the hottest days we had. I think it reached 20 or 21, and honestly felt like 25, 30. Like, it was so warm. And we decided to come back down to the beach later in the evening, and we actually took a bit of a detour. So when you're standing on Sandyhills beach, to the right of you there's a caravan park, and we could see them over on a different beach. So we decided to check it out, and we walked all the way around the beach to the right hand side, and we came across, honestly, like something out of Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. Like, it was truly stunning. We were so grateful that we took a bit of a detour around to the right hand side of the beach, and we came across all of the rocky cliff edges. And at this point we knew that the sea was going out. The sea never quite reached Sandyhills beach, but it was reaching these cliff faces. You know, it was coming up here because we've come out on the peninsula just a little bit. So we walked around, but we knew the tide was going out, so we knew we wouldn't get trapped here. So always check your tide times, and obviously check for quicksand. There is a quicksand issue here. It says so in the manual, so always be safe. But guys, this was stunning, like absolutely stunning. It was just me and Tim and George. It was magical. We were here for ages, just soaking in the absolutely beautiful scenery and the rock faces and all these little alcoves where the ocean has ripped out the rocks over the years. And it was just magical and beautiful, like all of the words, guys, all of the words. And it was so warm. And this is where we finally got close to the sea, because we've walked that far out and around the cliff faces that we finally got to the sea. We had dinner at this hotel. Guys, honestly, food was lovely, but when I read the reviews afterwards, they were really, really bad. So we didn't return just in case we had a bad experience. Today is Wednesday and we are on our way to Wigtown.
I'll make a slight left turn onto E793.
There you go. We're going to Wigtown. Now, Wigtown is known for its books. So there are a few videos on YouTube if you want to check them out, all about how books saved Wigtown. There was a huge competition in Scotland to compete. Towns were competing to who wanted to become Scotland's book town, and Wigtown won the competition and it has saved the town. So I think there's something like 20 or 23 bookshops in Wigtown.
3 miles on the current road.
And hubby is a book lover, so we are going. It's about an hour and 10 minutes from where we're staying. And so yeah, we're heading into Wigtown. We'll grab some lunch, we'll look through some bookshops. Today is overcast, but it's meant to be the nicest day. And then Thursday, Friday, rain all day. So today's the day if you want to go in and out of shops to be heading over to Wigtown. My mobile phone has died a death. It will not let me charge it at all. It keeps saying there's moisture detected in the charging port. So dried it out. I've tried getting out any lint or any rubbish from there. I've tried hoovering it and nothing's working. It will not charge. So that is now off for the rest of the trip, which is a shame because I filmed most of this vlog on my phone. So I've sent all the stuff to Tim and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can save the film. But I'll turn you around and show you our view. journey to Wigtown was probably some of the most beautiful scenery that we had seen the whole time we were there. It was another clear day, so you could see for absolute miles and see the mountains. And there was just something about this town. We really, really liked it. It wasn't just the bookshops. You get a map. So everywhere you go, whether it's a tea shop, a tea room, post office, there's maps. There's maps for the whole town, and it lists every bookshop that is currently open. So the map that we picked up actually only listed 15 bookshops, which kind of broke my heart a bit, because I've seen videos and, you know, people were talking about how there used to be like over 20, and to know that there's only 15 left, and there was at least one of these were for sale, and the majority of them don't open every day. A little bit of a heartbreak, because it makes you feel like it's dying again, like the town is dying again, and I don't want that. Look, closed Tuesdays, closed Thursdays. This was a common theme I will talk about more in a second, but we went into this gorgeous little cafe called Cobwebs. So lovely in there. Oh my gosh, they were playing Pink songs. Anyone who plays Pink songs, you're a winner for me. Gorgeous little milk bottle. I'm so easily pleased. Like that tiny little milk bottle, I was like, oh, that's so cute. So we had a gorgeous cup of tea, a beautiful lunch, and then we met this absolutely gorgeous woman in here. So this is the open book. This is what it's called, the open book. So if you go online and check out the open book, it is an Airbnb run your own bookshop experience. I'm going to talk more about that in a second, but the whole town honestly was a vibe. There was so many people here this day, even though half of the places were closed. So it was a bit random, but this place, oh my gosh, guys, if you go to Wigtown, make this one of your stops. One of your stops has to be Buyer Books, because wow, it's adorable. While we're in this quiet little hamlet, it's already adorable. We've had something to eat and we've come across this Buyer Books, and it says on the sign, in amongst the trees, and they were not kidding. Like, this place is like something out of a forest fairyland. So the bookshop that's on the corner at the top of the town is an Airbnb, guys. Get this right. It's an Airbnb run a bookshop experience. You've got to pay for it, but then you get to run the bookshop for as long as you want to stay. And apparently the wait list is like 2 or 3 years. They're fully booked up to 2027. Right now, there's a beautiful Canadian woman in there who's come over from Canada. Her daughter's at uni in Glasgow. She's only here for a week, mind. She's here, she's running the bookshop. It's up to her what hours she opens, it's up to her what she does all day. And she's it's so funny because she's just like, she's been reorganising the shop, and I'm like, are you allowed to? So basically, it's an Airbnb running a bookshop experience, and she's living above the bookshop. Like, it's so cool, like who knew, right? And yeah, Tim is totally down for that kind of thing. He loves bookshops, he loves books, hence why we're in Wigtown. This place is stunning. Let me turn you around while I'm talking. It's just the most fairy tale little nook. I don't know if my camera's really doing it justice here, but it's a dark little nook, and it's the Buyer Books, and it's in this old stone building surrounded by ferns. Like, it's just gorgeous. Anyway, so yeah, I thought that was a really, really cool little thing. And like she said, she's only here for a week, and then she moves on, and then someone else is coming in to stay at the Airbnb and run the bookshop down below. And it's up to them what hours they open. It's such a unique experience. Tim said, I'd love to do this. I was like, okay. You come up. You come up to Wigtown, and maybe I'll go to a spa. But yeah, it's just such a quaint little town. opening hours vary, and I think we found that yesterday when we went to Castle Douglas. We'd had our lunch and I just fancied something sweet, like a nice sweet treat, and every single cake shop and bakery were closing their doors at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. So I guess I found that quite hard, and we are only in the beginning of July, so maybe later in July and August, like midsummer months, when you're going to get the most, like the heaviest tourist season. Maybe they'll open later, I don't know. But everything was closed, so we left. We had nothing else to do there. And it's similar here. So where we've just been to eat, they closed Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I was like, I don't understand. It's just a slower pace of life. It's almost like stepping back in time to a time where everything was simpler and everyone just took their time. So yeah, you definitely have to know in advance, because I said to Tim, if we came here tomorrow, half of the shops wouldn't be open, the cafes wouldn't be open, a lot of them closed Thursdays. So like, and we wouldn't have known that. So really, really lucky we came today. Not only is the weather glorious, everything is open. So yeah, this is our very first bookshop, and we're now going to explore the town, bring you with us and look at what other bookshops are here. But yeah, I think there's 20 something. So far, so beautiful. This bookshop is called Reading Lasses. Now, as far as I know of what I've seen online, it's all of the books that they sell in this bookshop are female authors, and it's currently for sale. So if anyone wants to buy a bookshop in Wigtown, it's called Reading Lasses, and it's well known because it's all female authors. Sadly, it's closed today. Closed Wednesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, it's another one of those, you have to get lucky, I guess, on the days that you come here, but who knows. If you bought this bookshop, maybe you could open Monday to Friday. That would be great. That would be really great. So it is Thursday today, and we have just left the site where we're staying, and we're going to head to 2 seaside towns today. Well, hopefully today we're going to do quite a lot. We're going to pack it in. We're going to go to Kipford, which is a seaside village, and then we're going to go to Rockcliffe, which is another seaside village, and then hopefully, all being good, we're going to go to Dalbeattie Forest. So where we are staying, it's kind of on the edge of Dalbeattie, and then obviously we're Sandyhills, and if you follow the coast around, then you'll come to Rockcliffe and Kipford. So yeah, that's today's plan. We're kind of wiped out from yesterday. We did so much yesterday and we walked so far. We just, honestly, I fell asleep at 9:30 and I woke up at 8 this morning. Oh guys, best sleep of my life. But yeah, so today is another packed day.
Mile, keep right and then turn right.
Okay, and we're bringing you with us, of course. I am a little bit I'm a little bit tender. We expected 18-19 degrees up here, but we didn't expect it to feel like 25. And yeah, we're a bit tender on the noses. We haven't got any sunscreen, didn't pick any up, and now it's overcast for the next few days, so we hopefully don't really need it. If you are ever staying in the Sandyhills Bay area, there is a little village called Colvend, and there's a Londis. Guys, let me tell you, shops are few and far between here. Getting supplies is quite difficult, and a lot of places don't open on certain days of the week. But the Londis in Cove End is open Monday to Saturday 8 till 6, and then Sundays 8 till 4. So it's open 7 days a week, which is rare here. I promise you it's rare. If you've ever stayed in this kind of really south coast of Dumfries and Galloway, around the you know, the Rockcliffe, Sandyhills area, you'll know it's rare to find a shop open 7 days a week. So Londis in Cove End will be your best friend if you need supplies. Come then, up you come. So Kipford is an absolute dream. It's like a quintessentially quaint Scottish fishing village and harbour. It is truly beautiful. So if you're going to Dumfries and Galloway, I fully recommend Kipford. It's just beautiful. There's an ice cream shop. I'll turn you around. That is the ice cream shop there, and next door is a tea room. We just had a gorgeous haggis roll in the tea rooms, and now we're gonna have an ice cream. Oh, the ice cream looks huge. I'm so greedy. I ordered 2 scoops, and 2 scoops looks like a lot. That's big. That's huge. Thank you. That is exactly what I wanted. It's the size of my head. 2 scoops. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm in this shelter. This shelter was erected. It's absolutely gorgeous as well, with views out, but just to shelter from the wind. It is starting to rain, so we are going to head back to the car now. I'm going to eat this and then see where else we go. But yeah.
This was erected to commemorate the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh, there you go.
1953.
1953, and it's looking very good for something that was built in 1953. This is what it looks like. It's a
gorgeous little shelter to get in from the wind. Got to pay to park. I wonder how you pay.
So in the last year, the National Forests and Parks in Scotland, I don't know if it's the whole of Scotland or just Dumfries and Galloway, have introduced payments for parking. So for us, it was £1 for 1 hour. Now, we did meet a local man and he's got an annual pass that's cost him £40 because he walks his dog here every day. Can you imagine what paradise? And he was saying, like, just don't pay. Like, nobody pays. Like, it's ridiculous. And I said, well, are there cameras? And he was like, are there heck cameras? No, like there's no cameras, don't pay. And I said, but you've got an annual pass, so it's really easy for him to tell us not to pay. So of course we paid. We downloaded the app. It was the Ring Go app, and we paid our £1 for our 1 hour walk, and it was truly worth it. Stunning. I would easily happily pay parking if it meant that places like this can be truly looked after and cared for in years to come. But yeah, just know that if you're going to any forest in Dumfries and Galloway, there might be parking charges that apply. And yeah, a lot of storm damage though. So apparently this forest got absolutely battered in Storm Eowyn, and they are still on a cleanup mission. So there were out of bound areas that we actually couldn't access on this day because there was a lot of tree felling, lots of machinery noise, and yeah, we needed to be safe.
We've just come back from Dalbeattie Townwood Forest. It is absolutely stunning. It is the most beautiful foresty forest, if there's such a thing. Like if fairies existed, they'd be living in Dalbeattie Forest. Now, my phone is playing up. I have filmed pretty much all of this entire holiday on my phone. And honestly, the last 2 days, I've not been able to charge my phone. I got down to like, it ended up being about 15%. And I was just like, it's over. Like, turn my phone off, forget it, film the rest on my camera. And then I thought, well, how am I going to get the film off of my phone? So I persevered anyway, and I ended up shoving my phone in, you know, in your car, you've got the slats for the aircon. I ended up taking my phone out of the case, shoving it in there to try and clear whatever's in the port. It just keeps saying moisture detected in the charging port, do not charge, and it will not let me charge the phone. So yesterday we went on a long drive and I put it in the aircon port, and then it worked. It worked. So I ended up charging my phone all the way back to the lodge. I got up to 75%, transferred all my footage off my phone, and today it's doing the same thing. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of this footage off, but fingers crossed when we get back to the lodge, I'll plug it in again and see what happens and just hope for the best.
The audio didn't work out on this camera clip. I'm not sure why. So basically in Wigtown, it has a bowling green, a public bowling green. You can just rock up and play bowls. And apparently it's one of the oldest in the UK. And we also went into a bakery and got some Ecclefechan cake. Like, I've never tried Ecclefechan. We took some home to eat with a cup of tea. Our final day here. Can't believe it's gone so fast. There's another lodge for sale. That one on the end, that one there. Another one for sale. There's quite a few lodges for sale here, guys. You just need about 150k. We're heading into Castle Douglas. One of my lovelies who follows my other channel lives near there, so we're gonna meet up for a coffee. We've never met before, so that'll be really nice. Of course, I've already met the lovely Helen. I met when we first got here. We met and had a coffee, and that was also lovely. But we met in Gretna Green. I didn't film it. I don't know why I didn't, but I've already met Helen, one of my lovelies, and I'm meeting another lovely today in Castle Douglas. Then hopefully we might pop over to Kirkcudbright. I think we've pronounced that right, Kirkcudbright. That is known as an artist's town. And yeah, we're just on the main road now. This is what it looks like from the road.
all of the lodges lined up. This actual site is humongous. It goes on and on and on and on and on. The road itself wraps around, and then there's even more lodges. And just here on the left hand side, as we drive past it, you'll see is the entrance to the site. So that is the way that we go in. And then just here on the left is the Bainlock Deer Park.
Turn right onto A7.
If anyone is interested in the Bainlock Deer Park, it's in there. But yeah, we're not going there because you're not allowed dogs, understandably. So we don't want to leave George. Huh?
That'll be a good tour drive.
So yeah, we'll bring you with us, obviously, to Castle Douglas, and then hopefully, it depends on the weather. If I'm honest, it is meant to pour down today, and I don't really want to be walking around a town in the absolute torrential rain. So depending on weather, we'll also bring you to Kirkcudbright, and here is the beach. So you've seen that time wise, we've just left, and there's the beach. So there's the car park, and up over that little hill there is the beach. And yeah, the thing about Scotland that we've found so far is that public car parks are free, completely free. Literally everywhere we've been, we've not had to pay for car parks. This is the car park, ample space, and public toilets are lovely. I mean, I couldn't lock my door, but really clean and smell lovely too. Oh my goodness me. We just met up with the lovely Elise, and it's so nice to meet her. We didn't even get a photo. Like, I don't know why. I just got back to the car and I was like, damn, I didn't get a photo with Elise. Beautiful to meet her and her dog. Guys, we are drenched. Absolutely drenched. I need to get this coat off. It is wild Scotland today. Wild Scotland. And I appreciate it because it's beautiful. I'd rather be in Scotland in the rain than at home in the rain. Although I don't know what the weather's doing at home. But we are starving, so we're gonna hopefully now go to Kirkcudbright and find somewhere to eat. I'm just drenched. I'm absolutely drenched. And Tim, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Tim didn't bring a coat. Tim didn't bring a coat to Scotland because literally we've had 2 months of heat back home, and he didn't think. He's like, he hasn't seen his coat in months, so he's absolutely drenched. Are you all right?
Yep.
Oh, it's freezing. I haven't been this cold in so long. But yeah, off to Kirkcudbright. Complete change of plan. It is a complete washout. It is our last day here, so we're really not bothered. We have been so lucky and so blessed with the weather. It has been glorious. Today is exactly as they said it would be. It is torrential rain. We are heading back to the lodge. We're gonna cook a full Scottish breakfast with black pudding. We've been to the butcher's in Castle Douglas. We bought 2 haggis and we bought a whole round of black pudding. So instead of going to Kirkcudbright or Rockcliffe to find somewhere to eat, we're giving in. We're going to go back to the lodge. We're going to cook up a storm and we're going to sit in the warm, dry lodge, and we're going to eat our breakfast, and we're going to start packing, and we're going to leave first thing in the morning and head home. So I am going to leave this vlog right here. I might give you a quick snippet of the food that I cook when I get back, but if I remember. Scotland has been amazing. It has been one of the most memorable trips, with Gretna Green as well. And yeah, the weather has been pure, beautiful, glorious. The beaches are stunning. Everything has been stunning. We're very happy that it's our very last day and the rain has decided to finally show up, but cannot complain because wow, what a trip.
If you see the food, you will see it next. If not, just know it was yummy. And I'm home now. By the time this video goes out, I will be home, tucked up. The heating will probably be on if the weather's anything like this down south. I wonder what the weather's actually doing down in Northamptonshire right now, because this is crazy wild. Scotland, you've been amazing. Thank you for the tan. Mwah, you have my heart. So we just stopped just outside Gretna Green. We're on our way home. I thought I'd share this if anyone wants to know. It's £45 for 33 litres of petrol where we just stopped along the A45. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, our prices are pretty high here. So £45 for 33 litres. As soon as we reached down south, the heat hit us in the face. We could feel it. Everything was yellow. Our grass at home has gone yellow. Everything has dried out and died. Honestly, the heat here must have been crazy insane, and we're expecting more. Thanks for watching.